Try this right now. Take your own finger and tickle the bottom of your foot or your own armpit. Go on, actually try it. Nothing happens, right? Now imagine a friend doing the exact same motion. You'd probably be laughing in 2 seconds. This isn't random, and it isn't just about tickling. This is one of the strangest, most consistent findings about the human brain, and once you understand why it happens, you'll never look at self-awareness the same way again. Meet the problem your brain is quietly solving every second of your life, telling the difference between something that happens to you and something you do to yourself. It sounds simple, but your entire nervous system depends on getting this distinction right thousands of times a day without you ever noticing the calculation happening. Here's how it works. Before you even move your hand, your brain has already calculated exactly what that movement is going to feel like. It's not reacting after the fact, it's predicting in advance. Scientists call this a forward model. Your brain essentially says, I'm about to move this hand this way, so I already know what sensation is coming. Then when the sensation actually arrives, it matches the prediction. Boring, expected, canceled out before it even reaches your conscious awareness. But when someone else tickles you, your brain has no advance warning. No prediction was made. The sensation arrives as a total surprise, and to your nervous system, a surprise is far more intense than something expected. This isn't a small effect either. Some studies show self-generated touch can register as up to half as intense as the exact same touch delivered by someone else. Same pressure, same location, completely different experience purely because of who initiated it. Here's where it gets genuinely strange. In the 1990s, researchers built a machine specifically designed to test this. Participants used a robotic arm to tickle their own hand. But the researchers added a tiny delay, a fraction of a second, between the person's own movement and the robotic touch actually landing. With zero delay, participants felt almost nothing, exactly as you'd expect. But as the delay increased, even by a fraction of a second, the tickle sensation got stronger and stronger. By the time the delay reached about a fifth of a second, it felt almost as ticklish as being tickled by someone else entirely. Just a small gap in timing was enough to completely fool the brain's own prediction system. The sensation became unexpected again, and suddenly it registered as real, ticklish, and impossible to ignore. This single mechanism explains something much bigger than tickling. It's the same system responsible for why you don't notice the feeling of your own clothes against your skin all day long. Your brain predicted that sensation hours ago and quietly stopped reporting it as new information. It's the same reason you don't consciously feel your tongue resting against your teeth right now until I just mentioned it. Your brain filters out anything self-generated and constant, because constant, predictable signals are rarely useful information, and it's the same reason you can't truly surprise yourself. You can't jump out from behind a door and scare yourself no matter how hard you try. Your brain already knows exactly what's about to happen because you're the one making it happen. Interestingly, this ability isn't something you're born with fully formed. Young children can often tickle themselves far more easily than adults can. Researchers believe the brain's forward prediction system for the body takes years to fully develop, which means, in a very real sense, your brain had to learn how to stop surprising you. So by the time you're an adult, this system is so refined that it's essentially airtight, and that's exactly what makes the next part so unsettling. Because this exact prediction system is thought to misfire in certain conditions, including some forms of psychosis. In several studies, researchers found that individuals experiencing symptoms of schizophrenia were actually able to tickle themselves, at least to some degree. Their brain's prediction system wasn't correctly canceling out self-generated sensations the way it does in most people. Some researchers believe this same broken prediction system may explain something far stranger than tickling auditory hallucinations. If your brain fails to correctly label an internal thought as generated by me, that thought can be misread as something external, a voice rather than your own inner speech. Think about what that actually means. The exact mechanism that stops you from tickling yourself might be closely related to the mechanism that tells you which thoughts are truly yours and which ones just feel like they came from somewhere else entirely. A system so ordinary you've probably never once thought about it quietly running in the background of your mind every second, deciding, in real time, what counts as you and what counts as not you. And it doesn't stop there. This same prediction system connects to something called proprioception, your sense of where your own body is in space, even with your eyes closed. Close your eyes right now and touch your nose. You didn't need to see your hand to know exactly where it was going. That's the same predictive machinery at work. In fact, there's a famous experiment called the rubber hand illusion, where researchers stroke a fake rubber hand at the exact same time as your real hidden hand. After a few minutes, most people start to feel like the rubber hand is actually their own. Their brain's model of self gets hijacked by matching synchronized sensations, which tells us something important. Your brain's sense of what belongs to you isn't fixed. It's not permanent. It's a live, ongoing calculation, and that calculation can be tricked, updated, or in rare cases, broken. This same system is also why you can walk without watching your own feet, why you don't consciously think about every single heartbeat, and why your brain can filter out thousands of boring self-generated signals every day so you can focus on what's actually new or dangerous. In a strange way, your brain is protecting you from yourself, filtering out your own noise so the truly unexpected things in the world can actually get through and grab your attention. Which brings us to the real question underneath all of this. If your brain is constantly deciding what counts as self and what counts as other, how much of your everyday experience is really raw, unfiltered reality, and how much of it is just your brain's best prediction of reality? The line between me and not me feels obvious, solid, automatic, something you'd never need to question. But it turns out that line is being actively calculated moment by moment by a system you never ask for and almost never notice until every once in a while it fails. And when it does fail even briefly, the results range from a slightly ticklish surprise all the way to hearing a voice that was never really there. So next time you try to tickle yourself and nothing happens, don't think of it as a strange biological glitch. Think of it as proof that your brain is running a live, constant prediction of you every second, just to keep the real world feeling real. If this changed how you think about your own mind, that's exactly what this channel is about. The invisible systems quietly running your everyday experience without asking for permission. Subscribe if you want more of these. And before you go, try the tickle test on a friend right now, film their reaction, and tell me in the comments if it worked exactly like the science says it should.